Day 14. He wakes up clear-headed, no fog. The gym session feels effortless, every rep crisp, focus locked. Work flows without coffee. By 3 p.m., when coworkers drag, he's still sharp. Evening arrives and energy holds. He remembers last month. Crashing by noon, motivation gone by dinner. Something shifted. Not willpower, not supplements. The body's hormonal rhythm found its groove. When that rhythm stabilizes, everything changes. Most men experience energy in waves. Morning starts strong. By afternoon, focus drifts. Evening crashes arrive right when they matter most. The pattern repeats daily. What if the body's hormonal system holds the key to breaking this cycle? Here's what happens during semen retention. Testosterone follows a distinct pattern. Time and again, we see something unexpected. Testosterone peaks around day 7, rising as much as 45% above baseline. This isn't a permanent spike. Instead, the hormonal system settles into a steadier rhythm after the initial surge. Testosterone functions like the body's performance fuel. When levels swing wildly, spiking after arousal, dropping post-ejaculation, energy follows the same roller coaster. The crashes feel like sudden fatigue, mental fog, reduced drive. Retention smooths these swings. The hormonal system stops riding the spike crash pattern and finds equilibrium. Sustained vitality becomes the new baseline, but testosterone tells only part of the story. The body dedicates massive resources to sperm production. Creating viable sperm cells demands continuous glucose and cellular energy. It's a 24/7 biological factory running at full capacity. Every ejaculation empties the warehouse. The body immediately redirects resources to restock it. During retention, those resources shift elsewhere. The energy that normally fuels constant replenishment becomes available for other systems. Physical performance, mental clarity, and sustained focus all tap into this redirected supply. A man notices it in tangible ways. Legs feel lighter during workouts. Concentration holds through long meetings. Motivation doesn't fade by mid-afternoon. The feel-good chemical system also stabilizes. Orgasm floods the brain with dopamine, the reward chemical that drives motivation and pleasure. The surge feels incredible. The crash afterward feels depleting. Frequent ejaculation creates a dopamine loop. Spike, crash, crave the next spike. The brain's reward system gets stuck chasing short-term hits rather than sustaining baseline drive. Retention interrupts this loop. Without constant dopamine spikes demanding recovery, the brain recalibrates. Baseline dopamine levels stabilize higher. This shows up as steady motivation throughout the day, not just bursts followed by depletion. Tasks feel less effortful. Goals pull forward naturally rather than requiring willpower to pursue. Individual results vary significantly. Age, overall health, stress levels, and sleep quality all influence how retention affects energy. Some men report dramatic shifts within the first week. Others notice subtle changes that build over months. The initial days sometimes bring irritability or restlessness as the hormonal system adjusts. This temporary discomfort passes as the body finds its new equilibrium. The mechanism isn't magic, it's resource allocation. The body stops spending energy on constant sperm production and dopamine recovery. Those resources fuel performance instead. Hormones stabilize rather than swinging between extremes. The result: energy that sustains from morning to night, focus that holds when it counts, and drive that doesn't evaporate by afternoon. Understanding why retention works sets the foundation. The next question becomes practical. How does a man harness this mechanism and channel that sustained energy into tangible results? Foundation mapped, hormonal pathways clear. Now translate biological understanding into tactical systems that transform all-day energy from theory into lived reality. Start with manageable timeframes. The body needs time to adjust. Jumping straight into indefinite retention often triggers frustration as the hormonal system recalibrates. A man begins with 7-day cycles. The initial week allows testosterone to peak and stabilize without overwhelming the system. Energy shifts become noticeable. Focus sharpens. After several successful cycles, he extends to 14 days, then 21. The gradual approach builds hormonal resilience rather than forcing adaptation. Retention alone isn't enough. The body's energy systems depend on foundational support. Sleep quality determines how efficiently hormones regulate overnight. Inadequate sleep disrupts testosterone production and dopamine sensitivity, canceling retention's benefits. A man prioritizes 7 to 8 hours nightly. Deep sleep cycles allow the hormonal system to reset fully. Nutrition amplifies hormonal stability. Foods rich in zinc and vitamin D support testosterone synthesis. Healthy fats from sources like avocados and fish provide building blocks for hormone production. Protein intake maintains muscle mass, which directly correlates with testosterone levels. When the body gets what it needs, retention's energy boost multiplies. Without proper fuel, the hormonal system struggles despite abstinence. Movement matters significantly. Resistance training triggers natural testosterone release. Compound exercises, squats, deadlifts, bench press, activate multiple muscle groups, and signal the body to maintain high hormone output. A 30-minute session 3 times weekly keeps the system primed. Cardiovascular work supports dopamine regulation by improving blood flow and oxygen delivery to the brain. The combination creates a feedback loop. Retention stabilizes hormones, exercise amplifies them, energy compounds. Day 12 of retention. A man walks into his office at 7 a.m. Colleagues shuffle in slowly, clutching coffee cups, eyes half open. He sits at his desk and opens his laptop. No caffeine needed. The project that stalled last week pulls his attention immediately. 2 hours pass. His focus never wavers. The morning meeting arrives. Others yawn and check phones. He contributes 3 solutions to the product roadblock. His manager notices. By noon, when energy typically crashes, he feels the same steady drive as morning. The afternoon delivers another 4 hours of productive work. No slump, no desperate sugar snack, just consistent output until the workday ends. Track energy patterns intentionally. A simple daily log reveals how retention affects individual physiology. Rate morning energy, afternoon focus, and evening vitality on a scale of 1 to 10. Note sleep quality and mood. Patterns emerge within 2 weeks. Some men find peak energy around day 10. Others hit their stride at day 14. The data shows what works specifically for his body, not generic advice. Watch for hormonal signals. Initial irritability or restlessness indicates the dopamine system adjusting. This phase typically lasts 3 to 5 days before stabilizing. If mood disruption continues beyond 10 days, the body may need support through stress management techniques like deep breathing or meditation. Energy should trend upward consistently. If fatigue increases despite retention, sleep or nutrition likely needs attention. Week 4 of consistent practice. A man wakes before his alarm. Sunlight filters through the window. His eyes open naturally, no grogginess. He sits up, plants his feet on the floor. The morning routine flows without effort: shower, breakfast, preparation for the day. Each movement feels crisp, intentional. His mind runs through the day's priorities while he eats. 3 client calls, a proposal deadline, evening gym session. The energy to tackle it all sits in his chest, ready. He remembers mornings 6 months ago, hitting snooze 4 times, dragging himself through fog, needing an hour to feel human. That version feels distant now. This is baseline. Sustainability requires honesty. Retention delivers hormonal benefits, but it's not magic. Chronic stress, poor sleep, and inadequate nutrition undermine any practice. A man evaluates his full lifestyle. If work demands create constant cortisol spikes, retention alone won't fix exhaustion. If screen time disrupts sleep cycles, hormones can't stabilize properly. The practice works best as part of an integrated approach to health. The hormonal pathways are clear. The application is straightforward. Energy accumulates when the body stops cycling through spike crash patterns and finds equilibrium. Testosterone steadies. Dopamine stabilizes. Resources redirect from constant replenishment to sustained performance. A man who understands the mechanism and applies these strategies doesn't chase energy anymore. He builds it, maintains it, and uses it when it matters most. Hormones stabilize when you stop the spike crash cycle. Sustainable energy builds when you support that stability with sleep, nutrition, and movement. This week, start a 7-day cycle. Each morning, rate your energy 1 to 10 in a notebook. Track sleep hours and workout days. Notice patterns: when vitality peaks, when focus sharpens. After 7 days, extend to 14 if energy trends upward. Drop your biggest energy shift in the comments. Hit like if this hormonal breakdown clicked. Subscribe for weekly strategies that turn biology into practical wins. Your energy flourishes when you work with your body's rhythm, not against it.